What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. So, this is going to be a New York Knicks weekly recap show, man. It's something I do after, kind of have had a long time. I haven't spoken to you guys in a while, so I wanted to kind of tap in, kind of talk about, of course, this great weekend of the Knicks. Our two stars being in the All-Star game this weekend. Discuss that. And also really kind of do a deep dive into the Knicks signing Jeremy Sochan, right, from the San Antonio Spurs. So I kind of want to touch on that. But once again, it's your first time coming through Rock with me. Please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate everybody coming through Rock with me tonight on this Monday night. Hope everybody enjoyed their day off, this President's Day. Some of you did work. I think it's great. But, for some of you who did have a day off like myself, hope you guys enjoyed yourself. So let's go into the great All-Star weekend this was, man. First, let's start off by saying I think it was an awesome showing. I think it was really good for the league. Of course, the slam dunk wasn't that great. It was pretty terrible. But I thought it was fabulous how they kind of, had the whole world versus the USA. And you could see pretty much some intensity throughout the All-Star game. You could see guys playing hard. Great showing, of course, by Kawhi Leonard, man. It was one time, remember, guys, Kawhi Leonard was considered probably one of the top 3 players in the league until injuries really kind of impacted his career somewhat. But, two-time champion, of course, with the Spurs and the Raptors, and he pretty much put on a show this weekend. I thought Wemby was Wemby. I mean, he is looking like possibly could be the face of the league. Just dominant. I mean, he's just too hard to deal with. But all in all, man, of course, it was the young upstarts led by Ant-Man. And of course, Kate Cunningham and those boys. They pretty much came out with Ant-Man being the All-Star Game MVP, which I thought was great to see. Ant-Man also talked to Brunson this weekend, man, about, Cat and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to touch on that. But all in all, I love the format, man. I love the format with the whole, like I said, USA versus the world. I thought the guys played really hard. I love the whole just one quarter, and whoever wins that quarter moves on to the next round. So it was a good layout and how that was. Of course, I think the world would have been different showing if Joker would have played. And of course, Giannis and Luka would have played. It would have been a little different. Of course, Shea as well. I totally forgot about Shea. But I thought it was good to see. I thought our All Stars did okay. I think Brunson. I think Brunson kind of got iced out a bit. I mean, it's pretty easy to kind of see why he got iced out. I mean, look who he's playing with. I mean, he's playing with guys that are going to go down as top 20 players of all time, right? With KD, LeBron, and Kawhi, and those guys. And Jaylen Brown is a Finals MVP, right? So you're playing on a team with a lot of top dogs, alpha dogs at that. And as good as Brunson is, I have to say it. I mean, he's not in the league with those guys. He's just not. And so it was pretty evident of how they saw him, right? But so, it's an all-star game, so it is what it is. But he wasn't getting the ball at all. They kind of let it be known. I don't want to say he was the weaker link there, but they pretty much made it seem that way. Whereas Cat on the world end, he was getting his shots up. I mean, Cat looked like Cat. I mean, remember, guys, he's only a couple of years removed from having 50 points in the All-Star game. I mean, this guy, he's a hell of a ball player. I've always been saying that. But the world obviously respects what he can do, his skill set. And Cat was looking like Cat. The three was flowing. He was going to the rack, finishing strong in that Baja, playing free-form Cat. He looked like vintage him. And so it was just different, a different showing here for him as opposed to Brunson. King Baby, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, man. Long time no see. Hope all is well with you, man. Just coming through, doing the next weekly recap show, man. Just kind of wanted to touch on this. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. BQ from BK, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live, next weekly recap show. And so that's kind of like, what I thought about it with the Brunson piece and the Cat pieces, the All-Star game. It's just, hey, man, look, it's, we love Brunson. He's our guy, but there's levels to this, people. There's levels to this. And when you get in a room where everybody's the guy, the alpha guy, right? You kind of know where you rank. I mean, that's just what it is. You know where you rank. And I think that that's kind of like what happened with Brunson. Yo, Yuri, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Yo, Yuri, give me 1 second. I'm putting on the link. Just give me a minute. And so I just think that's what it is, man. When you get in a room with a bunch of alpha dudes, it's all about pecking order. And when you're in a room with a whole bunch of dudes that won rings and have performed big on the biggest stage, not getting your team to the second round, not going to the Eastern Conference Finals, but these guys they got trophy cases, man. You know what I mean? They got trophies on top of trophies on top of trophies. And you kind of know where you are when you walk into them rooms, man. I don't want to say you got to bow down and kiss the ring, but I mean, it's basically that, man. I mean, I can't really try to sugarcoat it any better than that. And that's what it was. Brunson's on a team with a bunch of top dogs that are on their way to retire and who were considered at one point in their career, I mean, top 5 players in the league. You know, LeBron, of course, being number 1, being second all time. I actually have LeBron third all time. I got Michael first, MJ. I got Kobe second. I got Kobe right behind MJ. So you got him, right? KD's probably top 5 greatest scorers ever, right? Kawhi's definitely going to go down as, you know, probably one of the best small forwards ever, right? I mean, I'm just saying, look at these guys' resumes, man. I mean, these guys, you know what I mean? Jaylen Brown, you know, we can say what we want about him. He's a champion. And he's a finals MVP. Tatum didn't get it. Jaylen Brown got the finals MVP. All right? So, once again, you're on a team with a bunch of alpha dogs. And so, you know, they kind of let Brunson know they wasn't trying to give him the pill at all. At all. And it was very evident, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I just think that's kind of like what happened with the captain. So, you know, it is what it is. But then, guys, let's kind of go back. Hey, listen, great showing from the Knicks going out there and winning the Shooting Stars Challenge, right? Of course, having the great Allen Houston, man. Shooting, man. I spoke to Allen Houston years ago. I'm going to tell LV story time. Give you guys LV story time. I'm going to pull this up real quick. I remember back when share screen. 1 second, guys. Oh, wait. No, I'm not doing this. Okay, wait. Give me 1 second. David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Hope all is well with you guys. Hope everybody enjoyed their President's Day. Starting to get a little warm out. The snow was kind of thawing out. It's good to see some grass, man. All right, let me pull this up for you guys. Excuse me. Whoa, okay. Let me get the volume off here. So, before I start this, actually, I'll let it rock. It's just gonna go for a minute. You know, give you guys a story time with LV. So one time,
and they want more than 15 and above. They will.
Okay, all right. Sorry. So when I was playing in college, my school, the Knicks practiced there. So I remember like after practice, I was shooting around the Knicks there in practice that day. So who walks in? Allen Houston walks in, right? True story now. So he's shooting around the other end, and then me and him start chopping it up, just talking, right? And so I remember saying to him, I said, yo, man, I said, you got the life, man. You got it all, right? It's true story. It's young LV. I'm in college. So he said, it ain't really what you think, man. I said, yeah. I said, yo, come on, you're the man. He said to me, yo, man, you can go out with your girl like to the mall or to go get some pizza and stuff like that. Go to Pizza Hut, right? You could do that. I can't do that. I can't just go to the mall and go out to eat and stuff. I can't do those things. So as much as, yeah, it seems like that, he said, I can't do those type of things anymore. Once I got this, I can't do any of that stuff anymore. He's like, it's like I'm in a golden cage. I said, yo, that's ill. True story, LV time. That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me. That's what the Knicks used to practice at my school. Yep. But to see him out here lighting it up, shooting the way he's shooting, look at that form right there, man. I mean, this is vintage Allen Houston, man. If anybody knows, you watched him back then when it was him, Spreewell, and the crew. Assassin. Water. You think about all these dudes shooting? Yo, he was he was straight water back in the day, man. So when I knew he was signing up for this and it was going to be them two, I said, yo, it's a wrap. I said, Knicks is going to win this. Number one, we know Cat can stroke it, pause. We know Brunson can light it up. And then you throw Allen Houston on there. I said, oh, come on, man. I said, this is going to be a runaway. There's no way they're going to lose this. And they did. And they won it. As you see right here, I mean, those guys are on fire here, man. These guys are pure shooters, man. Allen Houston, it's as if it's like riding a bike with this guy. See the form right there. These guys are lighting up. And listen, they put on a show, man. They put on a show, and it's good to see. It's good to see, especially coming off the NBA Cup, them coming back and winning this. Great to see for the Knicks, man. The Knicks have really kind of started to solidify themselves as a brand. They always have been, but with getting these two guys, the big cat and, of course, the captain, really have solidified themselves as being one of the premier teams in the league. And so now that they're kind of like, winning the NBA Cup and, of course, winning this right here, the Shooting Stars on center stage for everybody to see, it's really, really good for these guys, man. I just thought it was awesome this weekend, man, what these guys did, man. I thought it was just really, really good, man. It's kind of like the Knicks just getting these trophies, man. So now the question is this an appetizer? Is this in the NBA Cup an appetizer for what could really, really happen? That's the key of it all. Is this an appetizer? And we hope so. We hope so for how they played, man. Because I thought them boys were exceptional, man, this weekend, man. I thought there was a good showing for the Knicks. Really, really good showing. Yo, Kev Rodriguez, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, Kev. Long time no see. Hope all is well, guys. If you haven't done so, please go subscribe to my boy Kev's channel. What is it? What is it, Kev? Nick-ish, right, Kev? I want to make sure I say it right, man. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Knicks-ish. Kev, please put your information in the chat. Guys, if you haven't done so, please go and subscribe to my man Kev. He's one of my day ones, man. He hopped on with LV way before LV had 20,000 subscribers, what I have right now. Way before that. When I had like 10 people in here, Kev was popping in here, man. So big shouts to him. There it is right there. Everybody goes Nixon-ish. Please go subscribe to that. Kev, if you have a link for your channel, put a link in there too. Guys, subscribe. Those guys do great work over there. Really, really talk about really good Knicks stuff, man. So please go through and support my man Kev, man. Those guys do good work over there. So honestly, I thought that, it was just a great showing all in all. But I think also too, I think in watching this weekend and kind of seeing certain things, especially seeing Cat and seeing how Cat was revered, Cat's respected by all them All-Stars, all those guys. And it was never a situation where he was even more solidified of his respect. Is when Ant-Man went up to Brunson. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see when Ant-Man went up to Brunson? I'm gonna pull it up right now. I think this is very, very important. When I saw what happened, I said, okay, this is interesting. Now, of course, people are gonna say, LV, it's not that big of a deal. Come on, LV. You're reading into it. I'm not reading into anything, man. I think this is very evident. If anybody knows anything about flexing your muscle and kind of like throwing out, saying certain things, this is very interesting to me. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let me close this out really quick, man. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I think it's very telling. I think it's very telling. And once again, we're gonna try to dismiss it like it's not a big deal. Like, LV, man, you're reading too much into things. I don't think I'm reading too much into this. I think he's, once again, let's be clear. Ed Edwards is really, really close with Cat. They're really close. He did not want Cat to leave. He didn't want him to go at all. Everybody knows that everybody loved Cat. Let me make sure the volume was up here. Everybody loved Cat in Minnesota. Even the fans, everybody. They loved Cat. They did not want him to go. He was the number one pick there. He was Rookie of the Year. They won there. It wasn't like they stunk. They won there. They made it to the Western Conference Finals. Trust me. But they couldn't afford him. Cat's making $60 million. You got Ant-Man. You got Jaden McDaniel. You got, of course, Rudy Gobert, right? They could not afford Cat. So that's why they made the move. But trust me, Cat, Ant-Man still wanted Cat there. That's his boy. Listen to this exchange right here.
Yeah. My dog. All right? Good to see you, man. Everybody good? What's up, my boy? My fault, bro. My fault. Just take care. Make sure y'all keep taking care of my boy. Y'all info cut my boy eye and shit. I come out there and beat somebody up by Cat. Now, y'all know that. It's like Cat. You good? Nah, you see, y'all already trying my boy, calling him Carl. I told you about that now.
Listen. Pay attention, boys. Pay attention, boys and girls. Pay attention. Pay attention. What did he say? He said, listen, man, take care of my boy, man. Y'all already done got his eye cut open. Don't make me have to come over there and beat somebody up for my boy Cat. Right? He talking about put hands on dudes. Trust me, guys, you got to understand. It's a joke, but it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Then he says, Brunson then says, yo, it's not Cat, it's Carl, which is straight disrespect. You know what I mean? You calling me by my government. My man, watch your mouth, right? That we know what that is. So he said, yo, see, stop with that nonsense. Just cut that out. Stop playing with my boy like that. Once again, I appreciate everybody coming through Rocking with LV Live tonight. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Do you guys not think there's underlining stuff going on there? Do you guys not think that? Do you guys not think that he's talking to Cat about everything going on in New York? We all know the situation that's been going on with him. The numbers aren't there. Everything's not matching. You think he's not talking to his boy? You think his boy ain't calling him up on a jack? You think that's not happening? You think he's not saying something to him? Of course he stepped to Brunson. Once again, this is top dog against top dog. But really, we know Ant-Man is the real top dog. Brunson's not even in the same league as Ant-Man. Let's be real about this. And I love Brunson. I do. But once again, it's kind of similar to the All-Star game, right? It's where you rank. It's the pecking order. There's been rumors out there and stuff circling out there. Brunson doesn't want to pass the Cat. That pick and roll game is not working. Brunson's the guy with the ball. He's the point guard. He should be hitting Cat on the pick and roll, but he doesn't. He doesn't. So you got to ask yourself, why isn't he doing that? Why? Why isn't he hitting Cat with the pick and roll like everybody else does? Why doesn't he do that? Once again, LV just likes asking questions. I just do. I just like to ask questions. Big shouts to Eric Green. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Next weekly recap show, man. Just kind of going back over the All-Star game. It's going back over. A couple of things happened, and this was one of them. One shot deep. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Right? So Ant-Man stepping to him. He's stepping to him about his man. Because he's not sure. He's smart, man. He see how they doing his man filthy out here. Talking about him dirty. Talking about him filthy. He's stepping to him. You know who he's stepping to, right? He ain't stepping to nobody else but the captain. He's stepping to him. Saying, yo, man, what's going on, man? What's up with my boy? Why you doing him like that? I didn't send him over there for you to be doing him like that. Right? So I'm just being honest here. Big shouts to my man Kev over here dropping heat. He said, this fan base switching up on everybody. Yo, Kev, who's switching up, Kev? Ain't nobody switching up. We love Brunson, but we got to call it like we see it, Kev. Kev, he not passing on the rock. That's very evident. People have been talking about it. It ain't just me. I've been hearing a whole bunch of other channels. People are complaining that Brunson ain't passing Cat the rock. You know what I mean, Kev? I'm just saying. That's what the things are being said. And when you watch the games, he's not really looking for him the way he should. That two-man game's not working. And as much as we want to try to get pushback on Cat, the reality is this. You're the point guard. You got the ball in your hands. Bro, you got the ball in your hands. You coming up. You running the offense. I understand you want to shoot. Yo, Kev, we not creating drama, Kev. Kev, we not creating drama. This is just a quote. Kev, listen, Kev. Everybody, big shouts to Kev. Everybody, please go subscribe to him. He do great work over there. That's why I'm going back and forth, my man. I haven't seen him in a minute. Kev, listen, Kev. This is easy, Kev. They are the best two-man combination in the league. Maybe give it to Joker and damn, I forget the kid's name, man. You know what I'm talking about. Right? Give it to Joker. What's the point guard out there, the shooting guard out there? Give it to them too. You can maybe give it, but there's no way that him and Brunson should not be having that two-man game going on. Jamal Murray, thank you, Cat. That shouldn't happen. The way Cat is and what he could do offensively, that's money in the bank. We saw it in Philly. That's what's happening all last year for Cat. Hitting him with the bounce pass, letting him come into step through threes, getting him to work on the post, hitting him coming down trailing, banging it on dudes. That was all last year. All last year. And now this year, they're not giving it to him. I'm seeing him rolling at times. I'm looking, Kev. He's rolling to the basket. He's looking. They not looking for him. He right there with his hand up. They swing the ball the opposite side. He's an all-NBA guy. He's got 6 All-Stars in the last 10 years. I don't care what he is on defense. He's an offensive weapon. You got to use this guy. It starts and ends with the captain. He's got the ball in his hands. He's got the ball in his hands. I'm sorry. He's got the ball in his hands. He's got to make it work. He's got to make it work. Hey, Coach, what's going on, man? Long time no see, man. Hope all is well with you. Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. David Smith, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Yeah, we cooking in there. We letting it be known because Ant-Man had to let Captain know. He said, yo, tighten up, man. Why you doing that to my boy? But come down there and hurt somebody. That's what he said. Oh, Kev says, you think that's a Mike Brown problem? Yo, Kev, listen, I've been tearing Mike Brown to pieces on this too, Kev. Kev, I've been tearing Mike Brown to pieces. Everybody know on this show, he's been getting heat over here. And here's the reason why, Kev. The reason why, Kev, is this. When you have 2 all-star guys there, you got to make it work with them. I don't care what system you got. You figure it out. You make it work. But what you don't do is have him where his numbers are diminishing because you trying to swing the ball, whatever. You got to – he's a weapon, man. He's a weapon. If you put him – I'm telling you right now, if you put Cat on Detroit, he might be averaging 30 and 12, man. 30 and 12. There's no way they would not use him. Yo, Bickerstaff will be licking his chops to get a weapon like that offensively because we know they're limited offensively. You give him Cat, do you know the numbers he would put up in Detroit? This is just the truth. Come on, guys. You know he was 25 and 12 last year. So we got to be honest here about what he is. You saw him in the All-Star game. You saw the threes. He's in rhythm. He's playing like himself. They're catching him trailing. He's going to the rack, finishing. You saw him against Philly. You saw what he was doing. I say, yo, man, we got to see more of this. Why isn't this happening more? Why not? Kev, you want to mention Mike Brown? Cool. I lit him up earlier this year about it. But now, Kev, it starts and ends with the captain. He's got to set the tone for everybody. And I love what he is. I love what he does. Everything that the captain is. But what I do know is true leadership, you got to make it work with that guy. He's too good of an offensive weapon. He is too good. He's a mismatch nightmare. And for them not to really kind of be able to harness that and find ways to make sure he is criminal, man. It's criminal. It's criminal. The captain is doing his job. Kev, no, he's not, Kev. No, he's not. No, he's not. Yes, put up numbers, Kev, but no, not featuring the guy that he should be featuring. He's got to come off, Kev. When he comes off of that pick and roll, Kev, he's got to look for Cat more. That's all we're saying. He's got to look for Cat more on them pick and rolls. He swings the ball opposite too many times. He's not looking for Cat on them pick and rolls. It's not happening. Let me say this, Kev. It's not happening enough or as much as should be. That's what I'm saying, Kev. Big shouts to my man, Kev. You guys see I'm talking to him. He's one of my day ones, man. I got shouted out with him. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. He's doing big things over there on Knicks and Ish. I got to salute him. We over here chopping it up, man, because he's over here talking crazy, Kev. Kev knows I love him, man. He's my guy, man. But I'm just saying, Kev, we want to see it more, Kev. That's a coaching problem, not a player problem. Okay, see, he's putting it on Mike Brown's shoulders. Everybody knows on this show, I've been destroying Mike Brown. I've been destroying Mike Brown. But I don't know, man. As of lately, though, I don't know, man. I'm starting to kind of lean that Brunson got to feature him more, man. I'm starting to lean into that. A little bit more, man, because I'm just seeing certain things, and I'm like, yo, Brunson, man, you got to hit him with the belt. Come on, Brunson. He ain't really looking for him like that. So it's very concerning, and I hope and pray that going forward, now with these last, 27 games? Yeah, 27 games left, which is going to be brutal. Knicks are going to have probably one of the toughest schedules in the league. I hope that they really kind of take full advantage of this and kind of see what how certain things have been working, and then they can kind of go on and kind of make sure that they do what they should do with Catman, because we're not going nowhere if he doesn't put up numbers. We're not going anywhere. We're just not. I understand we're not going anywhere if Brunson does not make it work with Cat. We're just not. And Cat's proven what he can do. I mean, he's got, once again, guys, I don't want to sound crazy, but he's got a better trophy case than Brunson. So I don't care what Brunson's done here. He's only been All-Star game 3 times. Cat's been there 6 years out of 10. 6 years out of 10. When Brunson was just riding the bench, Cat was in the All-Star game. Cat was getting Rookie of the Year. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to put guys against each other, but I'm just trying to call a thing. Why this guy should get more respect than what he does. That's what I'm saying. Not that he doesn't have deficiencies, not that he's not a perfect player. Like, I'm not saying he's a perfect player. I understand that. But this guy is too good of a player for us to be treating him like he's just some second-tier player. Like, you guys are insane. You guys are insane what he is offensively, man. So we got to make this thing pop. We can't be playing around with this. This is our chance to win it now. I think we're better than Detroit if we unlock this guy and use him the right way. That's it. It's easy. Hey, Just Knicks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. Everybody coming through, please hit that like button for me, man. Please do so. I truly appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me on this President's Day. Doing the Knicks Weekly recap, man. Discussing the Knicks All-Star shine, how they shine this weekend. Also, too, I'm going to get into the signing of Jeremy Sochan, man, which I think was great. And so, that's my thing here. So it's just funny. That's why I played the video. It's just funny that Ant-Man stepped to him like that. It's funny, man. But I'm not surprised though. I'm not shocked because we know how he feels about Cat. They're really close. They're really close and they're super tight. And one thing about him is that he bigs up Cat. You know what I'm saying? When they was in, I remember it was after a game, and I think I remember him and Cat was going. He was like, "Yo, I told Cat, yo, you're the best big man in the league. You're the best big man in the league. No one can check you, man. We got to make sure we get you to rock." Like, that's what Ant-Man is saying about Cat. He's boosted his ego up. I don't really hear Brunson really saying that like that. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I'm not saying him and Brunson are supposed to be as close as him and Ant-Man. I'm not saying that. But what I am trying to say is that if I am Brunson and I'm the captain of my team, I got to make sure I use this offensive weapon. And if that means limiting my shots to make sure get him cooking, I'm going to do so because I trust in me. I know I can get busy regardless. But with him, he's not getting the ball or touching the rock if I don't feed it to him. Like, he's just not. So I got to make sure I get him, like, situated. And he's getting his numbers up and he's getting his rhythm. And I know I can get mine whenever I want because I'm just that good. So that's where I think, as of late, I'm really starting to look at the Brunson situation. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. It really, really started to happen after that Pacers game. When I saw what he was doing and kind of he was still like going back to old stuff, going nut. I'm like, yo, my man, I thought you outgrew that. You know what I mean? I thought you outgrew that. And so when that happened, and they weren't featuring Cat when he had a total mismatch on him. That's when I had to look at him and not Mike Brown. Like, that's when I kind of was like, yo, come on, man. Like, come on. Come on, Brunson. I know you ain't going back to this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Then come the Philly game, he ain't shooting nothing. Now he passing the rock. Cat looking like the second coming of, you know, what he was last year. And everybody else cooking. Now, of course, Philly stunk. They didn't really play nobody, but so what? So I'm just saying, so that's what made me kind of raise my eyebrows a bit with Brunson. It kind of put my antennas up. That's all I'm saying. Chris Gotti, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live, man. Hey, listen, it's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with me and my crew, Chris. Please subscribe to the channel, man. This is what I do after every Knicks game, man. So I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. It's the Knicks Weekly Recap, touching on the great All-Star weekend that them boys had. Cat and Brunson, of course, winning the Shooting Stars Award with Allen Houston, and of course, you know, Rick Brunson. And of course, talking about the signing of Jeremy Sochan, which I thought was great. Yo, wait. Yo, Kev, who's hating on? No one's hating on Brunson, Kev. No one's hating on. I'm throwing this out there, not just to Kev, but to everybody. If we call a thing, why is that hating? Like, that's just the truth. If Bridges is playing bad, he's playing bad. No one hates on him. If OG Anunoby is dribbling the ball off his feet because he has no handle, that's not hating. That's just being real about hoops. That's how we are as New Yorkers. We know what time it is. We're gonna tell it like it is. That doesn't mean we hating on them. Like, we just calling it what it is. If Cat is drawing too many stupid offensive fouls, he's not being smart out there. We gotta call him out on that. You gotta get better with that. I don't think anything is wrong with this. If you're the captain and you're the man and you know you got a weapon over there and you're not really using him the way you should, and you're not really passing the rock, we got to call you out on that. That's what makes us New Yorkers, man. Kev, you know, come on, that's what makes us New Yorkers. We're going to call it out, whether we at the Rucker or whether we at Dykeman, whether we at Hoops in the Sun in the Bronx, whether we at, you know, Sowing the Hole in Brooklyn, any summer tournament, the Cage down there in West 4th, we're going to let it be known, like, yo, my man, you trash. Like, we're gonna tell it how it is. We don't care. We boo Santa, we boo Santa Claus. That's what we do out here. We tell it like it is if you're stinking up the joint. I love Brunson, I do, but you gotta call it like it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. That's all it is. Well, man, Yuri says they got a good relationship off the court, LV, man. I think we're looking into it too much, but again, you're right. Hey, listen, Yuri, let me tell you something. I think I'm gonna put the link in a second, Yuri. I think that's a valid point, but I think, Yuri, what's happening, Yuri, is that people are kind of starting to identify that Cat's not getting the touches that he should. And they're identifying and seeing how the offense is not benefiting for him. It's not helping him. And he's too good of a player. So when you see he kind of explodes offensively and they're feeding him the rock in positions where he can do well, you say to yourself, yo, why not continue to use that? He's too good of a player. We got to make it work. So in the offense, if you know this is not catered to him, you got to say, all right, cool, Cat, we're going to get you to do 70% of the stuff you want and then 30% of the stuff that, you know, we need you to do. That's it. But it seems like it's flipped. 70% of what we want and 30% what you want to do. You cannot do that with an all-NBA guy. That's just insane. And then, guys, also, too, Kev mentioned coaching, right? Mike Brown, right? Did you guys notice how, as of lately, Mike Brown's not really calling out Cat in the media no more? You noticing how he said, oh, great players are going to do this and make adjustments, and he's just such a great player. Did you guys notice that? You guys notice that? You think they let him know up top? You think Leon let him know? Like, oh, my man, you got to tighten up. You think Leon let him know? I think he did, man. He meets with Leon after every game. So I wouldn't be surprised if Leon told him, hey, man, you got to tighten up on that. You can't do that to one of our star players. Don't be throwing him underneath the bus like that. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. So if you notice, Mike Brown's not doing that anymore. Do you guys peep that? Let me know in the chat. Did you guys peep that? Because I think that's very, very telling. Very, very telling of how Mike Brown has kind of pumped the brakes on that. He's not really airing out Cat no more. He ain't saying stuff where he needs to, he's this, he's that. He ain't saying none of that. now he's just uplifting Cat and saying how good of a player he is and all this other stuff. It's pandering, man. You know, I says, come on, I already know what time it is. They let him know, man, tighten up. They say you can't be doing that. So it's very interesting. I don't know if you guys peeped that. Okay. All right, so guys, so listen. So we signed Jeremy Sochan, right, from the San Antonio Spurs. They released him, and so the Knicks were able to pick him up, which I thought is an amazing move for the Knicks. 6'8", can guard 1 through 5. He's like a poor man's version of OG Anunoby. He just can't shoot it. But defensively, he's elite. Elite. And so now, what this does for us defensively changes our whole dynamic, which I think is fabulous, because we've needed a wing about that size to come in who can kind of fill the shoes of OG Anunoby when he goes on the bench. And I think Sochan can do that. Not good of a shooter, but who's the shooting coach? What is his name? Peterson? What's the shooting coach name? That guy. He's been helping Josh out with his shot, and I heard he's been helping out Alvarado. What's the name? What's the Knicks shooting coach name? You guys, I think it's Peterson or something like that. Knicks shooting coach. What's the guy's name? No, Peter Patton. There we go. Peter Patton. He's been helping out Josh. He's helped out Alvarado. So if he gets this guy, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much in his clutches, and he's able to help him, I think that'd be a great look for us. So this guy's elite defensively. Elite. And he's 6'8". So this is the size we needed coming off the bench. And as much as I love Diawara, I do, he's not ready yet for top-tier offensive guys. Jeremy Sochan is ready. He's ready. I'm comfortable putting him on Cade. I'm comfortable putting him on Jaylen Brown. I'm comfortable putting him on any other wings out there or any guards that's going to give us problems. I'm comfortable putting him on a VJ Edgecombe. I'm comfortable putting him on maybe like a James Harden, a Spider. Like, I'm comfortable with that because of what he does defensively. And so to me, that's the excitement about bringing him here. Now, if you want to kind of go through the background of him and why is he here, guys, remember he got drafted. This is year 4 for him. So the reality of the situation is that he pretty much got phased out, right? You know, Pop is the one who drafted the kid. And so, Pop got sick, and so that kind of knocked the kid off kind of like, down the line as far as pecking order. So remember, they drafted Castle. They already have Vassell there. They just now drafted Dylan Harper. They also have Julian Shep-Penny, and they also have what's the kid's name? Keldon Johnson, I think that's his name. So they got 4 or 5 guys. Also, too, you got Harrison Barnes out there. You got about 5 guys that can play the same position. They're all about the same size, between 6'6" and 6'9". Right? So where does he really fit in? He's not better than Castle. He's not better than Vassell. He's not better than, Julian Shep-Penny, because Julian Shep-Penny can shoot it. He's not better than Keldon Johnson. I hear Keldon Johnson is possibly up for like 6 man a year this year, right? And Harrison Barnes is a seasoned vet. So where does Jeremy Sochan fit in that rotation with the Spurs? Like, where? As good as he is defensively, how well he's played for them, where does he fit? And then also, too, to put the icing on top of the cake here, Pop isn't there anymore. You know what I mean? You got a new coach in there, probably has new ideologies and new ways that he wants to do things. And Jeremy Sochan probably doesn't fit into that mix there of what that new coach wants to do. Now, the reports were that the Knicks made an offer with Yabusele and Jeremy Sochan, right? To kind of get a swap, because I think they make about the same amount of money. But San Antonio didn't want to do it because, of course, I guess they didn't want Yabusele. So, but I think the Knicks probably got on his radar because he found out they were looking for him. They were looking at him and interested in him. And so I guess that's why when he got released, and I wouldn't be surprised if a player like him kind of asks for his release to kind of get some more, playing time and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised when they decide to release him. Vaughn Allen, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. I'm gonna start calling Vaughn. I'm gonna start calling you 40 piece. Vaughn, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rock. Everybody's coming through real rock with me tonight, man. I truly appreciate it. Please hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me as soon as you guys come through, please. And so that's the thing with him, right? So I think he just kind of got out of the whole. He just fell down the pecking order, man, just because of what he can do offensively. And all those guys that I mentioned all can score the ball, and they can defend. Vassell can defend. Castle can defend. Julian Champagny is solid, but he can shoot it. Kendall Johnson, I think it's Keldon Johnson. I think that's his name. He can score too. He's decent defensively. Harrison Barnes is Harrison Barnes. It's hit and miss with him, but he's a savvy vet. They want that, right? So Sochan, he doesn't fit anywhere with them, so they decided to release him. So I'm not surprised that he did, and I'm sure the rumor is that there was 10 teams that wanted him. He decided he wanted to go with the Knicks, right? So I think he sees an opportunity here, and I think I see an opportunity for him too. The question is, who does he jump in the lineup? I think he jumps Diawara, and I love Diawara. I want him to play, but offensively is not where we're struggling at. We need him defensively, right? That's where, and then also too, the beauty of him is he has an edge. So now Leon has pretty much pressed the button that said, okay, you know what? I'm tired of this nice guy stuff. We need a couple of irritants. We need a couple of guys that can really kind of, irritate some people, right? You need that. With Jose Alvarado and now Jeremy Sochan. So you bring in a couple of guys with some edge up in here that can really shake some things up. And that's why I love him here. Because I think he's going to provide that Diawara and maybe a guy like Shamet don't provide. Now, granted, offensively, it's kind of like a hit or miss with him. I mean, that's not his strongest suit. But we're so good offensively, we don't need that. We need stops. We need a guy who's going to come in and defend certain guys that can really kind of hurt us. But then, he's there to kind of, just be feisty, man. You need that. And then it's funny. He's got the purple hair like Rodman and the green hair, right? So this guy's going to be an irritant, man. He's going to be getting on dudes' nerves, which is good. And you need that. Alvarado's already shown it. Now you got another guy. So it's clear what Leon wanted to do here. The message he's sending to this team. And I think it's fabulous. I think it's fabulous. I think this guy's going to play a lot here. I think he's going to play a lot. I think he's going to play more than what we think. And the reason why is because what does Mike Brown like? He likes defenders. And he's got the size too, guys. That's the big thing. He's not 6'4". Josh is 6'4". Landry is 6'4". He's 6'8", man. He's 6'8" and athletic. He can guard 1 through 5. He's so athletic that when he came out the draft from Baylor, that's who Pop had him playing the point guard. I don't know why. Once again, I don't want to question Pop. He's a Hall of Famer. But still, I don't see point guard skills in this guy, but he had this kid playing point guard. That's how much of a skill set this kid has. So I think he's going to come in, and I think he's going to play right away. Right away. Just because of what he gives defensively. So imagine rolling out in situational a lineup of OG, Mikal, Mitch, Deuce, and Sochan. 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 Imagine throwing out those guys. Those 5 guys. Say it again. OG, Mitch, Mikal, Deuce, and Sochan. Imagine those guys out there on the wing, locking it in to get us some key stops to win a game. Beautiful. 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 You got to be happy with that, man. I would love that lineup. Love that. Love that. And if Deuce doesn't come back, instead of, well, I think Deuce is going to come back. But considering he doesn't come back soon enough, that's when you can kind of say, okay, cool. Let's put Alvarado in there, which I think will be great. Wow, just Sochan. There we go. Okay, Vaughn says, Vaughn, 1 second, Vaughn. Because they were tanking, LV. What do you mean? Who was tanking? You mean last year, Vaughn? Last year? I know they were tanking last year because that's when Wemby got hurt. Wemby got hurt. And I think they played him at the 5 last year. Something crazy because they didn't have a 5. If I'm correct, I think that's how stories goes from what happened last year. But I know Spurs, yeah, Vaughn, yeah, I know. Last year they were tanking. Vaughn, I'm speaking of this year. Like there's no place for him now, Vaughn, because of all those wings. I think a big part what hurt him was Dylan Harper. When he came in, that was it. It was no way he was going to play over that kid. And this kid's really good. Really good. He's got good size. He could score and he could defend. So you got him, you got Castle, you got Vassell. These guys are beasts on those wings. So where does Sochan fit in? And he can't score, right? So he lost his spot in the rotation. Oh, the year they played him at the point. Okay. Okay, so Kev says Diawara needs to stay in the rotation. Yo, Kev, man, I know, man, but I want him to stay in there, Kev. There's nobody that talks about him more on this show than me. Like, I've been talking about him forever, Kev. But, Kev, that's going to be hard, man, because, do we need scoring, Kev, or we need defense? I can see it, Kev. I can see it being situational. Let me say that. I got a new cup today, man. I can see it being situational. Situational to where they say, okay, cool. We need some offense. Let's bring in Diawara. We need some defense. We need some stops. I don't know. Jaylen Brown's going off. Cade is going off. Sochan going in, go make it happen. You're like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Lock him up or whatever. Coaches Josh, Bridges, Diawara, Sochan, and Cat. Now, is this for what lineup, though, Coach? Is that just the lineup you're just throwing out there? That's just the lineup we're throwing out there because you don't have a primary ball handler there, Coach. Josh can bring it up, but I don't want him orchestrating the offense. I don't want him doing that. Yo, Big Task, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight for this Knicks Weekly Recap show, man. Just want to tap in with you guys. Haven't seen you guys all weekend. It's been crazy. LV had to do the Valentine's thing, man. I had to do that. About the All-Star game this weekend, and of course, tapping in right now, talking about Jeremy Sochan. Okay, Chris says, why can't Diawara and Sochan play at the same time off the bench? Here's the thing with that. They can, but you got to be careful of redundancy, Chris, right? So if they're going to be out there together, one's a small forward and one's a forward, all right, cool. Well, who's going to be the guard? You know what I mean? Who's going to be out there? So you got to make sure what does that lineup look like? Like it could be tricky, Chris. It could be tricky out there, right? Because Diawara, he can score, but he's not like a main option, right? So with Sochan, with him, you got to make sure that you have offensive pieces around him, man, because he doesn't have it. So you got to have elite guys. I would like him next to OG. I would love that. Sochan next to OG. That would be great. And you have Bridges at the 2, Brunson at the 1. Then you can put Money Making Cat down there. Because then with that, Cat doesn't have to guard the main big. You can put Sochan on him because he can guard 5s too. He's just like OG. Same thing. He just can't score as well as OG. But defensively, he's the same monster. He's the same irritant like OG is. So if you got them two dudes protecting Cat, and then you got Bridges up there, and then Brunson, I think this is beautiful. 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 Kev says, Jose, Shamit, Diawara, Jeremy, Mitch, second unit. It's not enough scoring out there, though, Kev. It's not enough scoring out there. Not enough scoring at all. You got to have an alpha dog that can create his own shot. Shamit can't really create his own shot. Neither can Diawara. Right? So now you got Alvarado out there. You're gonna have to maybe throw like a Bridges in there or something like that because he can create his own shot. You're gonna have to do that and maybe sit Shamit. Right? Because I'm just being honest with you. Because you're gonna need a guy that can create his own shot. You could say, okay, cool, get us a bucket. Bridges can go and get us a bucket. Shamit's not that guy. Diawara hasn't proven to be that guy yet. You know what I'm saying? He has upside, Kev, but I don't know if he's that guy yet. Very exciting though, guys. Very exciting. I love this lineup. I love what we have now. I love what we have. I do. We're currently right now at 15 guys right now. So I think with this guy, I think Clarkson's out the rotation. Of course, once again, this is all with Deuce coming back and OG coming back. I think Clarkson's out the rotation. You know what I mean? I just, and it stinks that this is what's happened to him. I think he's out the rotation. Big Taz says, I didn't know you go. Yo, Big Taz, do you have my notifications on? Big Taz, did you hit a bell icon? Because every time I go live, it should come up like on your phone or on your laptop, whatever. Like, LV Live is going live right now. You know what I mean? It's live. You know what I'm saying? Big Taz, did you hit that? The bell icon. Right there underneath my show. Right there underneath the my YouTube show right there. It should be a bell icon. Did you hit that, Big Taz? All right, guys. So listen, I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you guys want to hop on, please do so. I want to hear from you guys, man. I haven't spoken to you guys all week, so I just want to see exactly how everybody's feeling, man. Great All-Star weekend. On top of that, the additions of Jeremy Sochan and, of course, the addition of Jose Alvarado, man. We got 2 dogs in the locker room now. Different guys now. Different guys. These guys are different type of dudes. Different type of dudes. They gonna be flipping tables at the family cookout. You know what I mean? They those type of dudes, which the Knicks needed. And I think it's a perfect addition to this locker room. All right, guys, here's the link right there. So if you guys want to hop on, please do so. Really, really excited about what this team's going to be, man. Really, really excited. I think it's very, very smart by Leon. I think this was a smart move by Leon, man. Super smart move. I think he knows, man. I think he knows. I think he's able to identify, like, okay, this is not really right here. You know what I mean? We got to kind of bring a couple of guys in here that's going to really kind of shake some things up. He could see the writing on the wall. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Brown might have spoke to him about that too. Might have spoke to him about maybe trying to go out and maybe, get a couple of guys here that can kind of, I think Alvarado's a perfect piece. And now this kid, and it's funny because the Knicks wanted him initially. They wanted him. So to basically for the Knicks to get him for free is insane. They were trying to give up draft capital and all that stuff, and they didn't make the deal. And so for this kid to fall in their lap like this, I think is awesome. All right, I got a couple of guys in here waiting. Give me 1 second. Let me remove this here. Appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me, man. So let me get a couple of guys in here. First, if you can, please, guys, everybody turn off your cameras, please. YouTube is insane, so please come through. But yeah, let me hop on here. Let me get this all linked up here, man. There's the man. I know how to get you on there, man. You know how to get you. Kev, what's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up? What's up, man? How you, LV? How you, man? How's everything?
I'm good. Yo, Kev, just do me a favor. Just turn off your camera, man, because, YouTube.
Oh, all right. Please. All right, yeah, no problem.
Yo, Kev, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. I can't complain, enjoying and
Yo, Kev, you're my guy, man. He's one of my first dudes that hopped on with me, man. So I appreciate you, Kev.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is just basketball talk, bro. You know how it is. It's just the passion. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to see the Knicks do well. And it is what it is. I've always been respectful, especially towards you. I'm respectful towards anybody when it comes to talking sports or just online, you know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of people lack respect nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And when you trying to build and like you doing yourself with LV Live and the content that you make, bro, you trying to build it up. You gotta build up relationships with people. You know what I'm saying? So, we can always disagree, agree, and there can never be a problem just because it's sports. Like, bro, it's not even that serious. You know what I mean? Of course. But I'm very passionate, just like you are. So That's how that is.
Yeah, but Kev, you're doing a great job on your content too, man. You know, big shouts
I
to you.
thank you, man. I appreciate you, man.
I hop in from time to time when I see you guys. You guys are doing a really good job over there. You guys got a nice setup, man. So keep on doing what you're doing. But Kev, it's your world, man. Let me hear what you got to say, man. It's your world about everything, man. It's your world.
I mean, I love what the Knicks are doing. You know, I think our biggest problem in the first half of the season before the All-Star break, man, is what I've been saying and doing my recaps and all that is it's been defense. It's been a big problem for us. You know what I mean? Because offensively, I think we could go to toe. I think we could go toe to toe with anybody. You know what I mean? Honestly, I think we have the players for it. But somewhere down the line, the defense is what falls apart all the time. You know, the lack of communication on that side of the court has been a problem. Now when it comes to Cat, bro, like I don't hate Cat at all, bro. You know, there's certain thing. I'm a big support of Cat, which is why I don't understand what David be talking about. My frustration with Cat is, bro, stop with the stupid fouls. It's obvious. We see you do it. And then you bitch it to the ref, bro. You hook, homie. You hooking people constantly. That is a problem. Your foul trouble is a problem. It keeps him off the court because you're too busy fouling. And the lack of defense. You know, they say, oh, well, these past 13 games, he's been playing better. Cool. As you should. We pay you that. We pay you money to do that. You know what I'm saying? We traded our best players to get you because we thought you could be an asset to this team. And I was pissed off when we made that trade because I did not want to get rid of DiVincenzo, and I wanted us to make it right with Julius Randle. But you know what? I let it go. I moved on, and boom, it was all about Cat and what he did for our season last year. And bro, when I found out that he was in trade talks, I was pissed off. And you know how I get, LV. You know how I get. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to certain players on my team and the Knicks. Because, making just any trade just to make a trade just does not work. We seen this constantly in the NBA where guys just make trades just to make trades. The Nets, Phoenix, the Clippers, like all these teams trying to make super teams and none of it works. It does not work. So I just want Cat to play better defense. Stop fouling, bro. Just try to be more consistent. Try to be more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? That's all I say, as far as that, because I love Cat as a player. And I think we would have went to the finals last. This is the thing that upsets me. And which I say that people don't be watching really our content, bro. Because if people was watching our content for real, like they say they was, you would see that I said it last year in the playoff when we was in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals. The ball gotta go through Cat. When the ball goes through Cat, we play better. And if you look at numbers, history-wise, Pacers can't deal with Cat. He was fucking them up. Excuse my language.
Just keep it G-rated.
I'm sorry. But he was washing them up. Right. And the numbers speak facts. These are facts. If you go back to the numbers, the stats speak for themselves when you look it up and you do your research. The Pacers could not handle Cat. Why we stayed away from that, I have no idea. So, do I think that there should be more of Cat being involved? Yes, I do. But sometimes he hurts himself with the foul trouble. There's times where it's not even the freaking second quarter already, and you got 3 fouls. 4 fouls. You almost fouled out the game before halftime, bro. We gotta fix that up. And then you mention that and you say that, oh, this guy's a hater. This guy's a hater. He don't like Cat. No. I never once said I love Cat. I actually think he's a great player. Before he was a Knick and before he was a Knick, he was doing his thing in Minnesota. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think he got to do better than that. And JB, you know, people say that he got to get guys more involved. I agree. I feel like the pick and roll should be utilized more, but that's a coaching problem, man. Because Mike Brown, before the season started, promised us that that he was going to utilize that more, and he did it, and he barely does that. He said he was going to use Mitchell Robinson more. That hasn't happened. We barely see that. As of late, we have, but before we wasn't seeing that. So, you know, I think there's some things that they got to fix, but other than that, you know, I think we'll be all right.
Well said, sir. Well said, Kev. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking me. Everybody, if you haven't done so, please go subscribe to my man Kev Nixon is Kev. If you got a link, put the link in the chat. Everybody go check out.
Will.
He's got great content. Like he said, he goes on live. He's been talking about this on his show since live last year. So everybody, please go through and support Nixon-ish, my man Kev. Kev, I appreciate you, man.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate you. Keep doing your thing, man. Proud of you, bro.
I appreciate that, brother. Take care, man.
All right, man. Be easy, bro. Be easy.
All right, that's my man Kev, man, dropping heat. Dropping heat. First caller tonight, man. I think it was really, really well said. Listen, great breakdown by Kev. Great breakdown. Everybody does so. I'm put the link in the chat again. Everybody want to hop on. I got a couple more callers I'm going to get on right now. But listen, Kev dropped some good ones, man. Listen, he said it. He said it, guys. He said he does not have an issue with Cat. His issue are the fouls. His issues are the fouls. He feels that Cat, you got to run through Cat. He feels that a lot of stuff falls on Mike Brown's shoulders. I've been saying that too. So I think Kev said a lot of great things there, man. A lot of great things. But I think a key thing that he did state was that he said, you know, we got to go through Cat. He just got to stop with the fouls. I can't say he's wrong about that. I can't say he's wrong. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. HBO Harlem all day. Kim, I hope all is well with you, Tim. Long time no see, my guy. All right, let me get another caller in.
Yo,
Yuri.
what a weekend. What an all-star weekend, huh? I really did love the USA and World format. I really did. Even though I watched the highlights, I really did enjoy that. The dunk contest is done, LV. I don't see it coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, Yuri, it was disgusting, man. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. I don't know who those guys were.
Me neither. I'm saying to myself, wait, who's this guy?
They were all bench guys. They never play. I'm like, they're doing regular dunks. I mean, it was just.
Isn't the dunk contest supposed to be the last attraction? The 3-point contest supposed to be the first?
That's supposed to be the main one. That's supposed to be the main one.
Isn't that why we went to All-Star?
That's right.
Bro, I remember, this is me growing up with my brother. You know, when we used to watch it every year when I grew up with him, we would wait for the All-Star break. Every time I remember seeing Baron Davis, I think it was.
The Baron, yes.
Jason Richardson, all those guys growing up in a dunk contest. Nate Robinson, fellow Knick native. Congrats to him to getting a new transplant, by the way. Major salute to him.
Yes.
You know, and big ups to that. All these star players that I just mentioned were in a dunk contest. What did they have in common? You knew you saw one of those players in, you were getting a would be like, oh man, something's about to go down. Amari Stoudemire even was in a dunk contest. The star power is not there no more, and there's a way to resurrect it. But none of the star players are going to do it. Hell, even Cat said, maybe I'll do it. I would love to see Cat in a dunk contest, man. Let me tell you. Because I'm pretty sure Cat can be very creative for some dunks.
I don't want him nowhere near the dunk contest.
Yeah, me neither.
Nowhere. With those knees and those bad fingers, nowhere near it.
I would love to see it just one time, yo. Do it for me one time, man. At least before your career's over. One time. But no, All-Star weekend was good. Knicks getting Jeremy Sochan. LV, like I said in the chat, you need a few a-holes on a team. You need someone that's going to be pissed off at the team for making a communication out. You need someone who's going to be pissed off for not passing the ball. You need someone who's going to be pissed off that's going to hold the team accountable. But you need an a-hole that's going to stand up for teammates. You need an a-hole that's not afraid to be physical. And we got that in Jeremy Sochan and Jose Alvarado. So I really did like the work that Leon Rose, though. And shout out to Leon, by the way. He didn't start Chase LV. He could have went and gotten for Giannis no matter what. I got to give him props because during that January stretch, there was all these trade rumors about Cat being Giannis. And a lot of owners would have bid on that. A lot. Not just James Dolan as well. I would like to salute James Dolan for staying out of it as well and learning his lesson. Because I really did feel like during that stretch, I'm like, something tells me James Dolan's going to get involved in what Giannis. He stood out of it, and he's keeping his word. And about your whole speech with JB and Cat not passing the ball, isn't it a coincidence that Philly game, JB passes the ball all of a sudden? You want my take? I think Mike Brown tore JB a new a-hole behind the scenes.
You think
now, I don't got sources.
Okay, you think, okay, let's go back. Do you think it was Mike Brown or do you think it was his dad?
His dad.
Yeah.
Let me reword that. I think Mike Brown said, he's your son. He costed us the game. Go talk to him. And you know what? I got to give Mike Brown props for that if that is true. Because you don't want to upset your star player. And that's why, and occasionally, we have Rick Brunson. So, call it nepotism, call it whatever. He's there for a reason, LV. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you, man. I totally agree. One thing you didn't touch on, I wanted to hear from you. What did you think about Brunson getting iced out in the All-Star game? How did you feel about that?
Oh, I was pissed. I was pissed off when I saw it. I'm going to tell you why I'm pissed off. Say what you want to say about Brunson, him being a ball hog. You're going to tell me that Brunson's still a ball hog after that game? LV, come on now. I know we just wasted time talking about Brunson ball hogging, but come on. You're going to tell me Brunson's a ball hog after watching that game? Oh. And I like how JB was just chilling and was like, all right, watch what I do to y'all in the playoffs next time. I think that lit a fire under JB. What do you think, LV?
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I think there's levels to this, Yuri. And I think that when you get in a room with a whole bunch of alpha guys who are the man, like they are the man. I mean, all those guys on his team at one point in their career were top 5 in the league, outside of Jaylen Brown, who is a champion, and might I add, Finals MVP. So
right,
when you're in a room with guys like that, it's a pecking order, and so you got to see where you
gotta go,
where you rank, right? And so I think that he didn't demand the ball or was as aggressive as he should have been. Those guys looked him away and kind of treated him like that. You gotta kind of take charge and kind of say, no, I'm gonna get my shot, but he didn't do that. And so that made me raise an eyebrow a bit with him. Whereas with Cat, he didn't do that. He was shooting his shots, he was being Cat. And so I don't know if it's a confidence thing. Let me say that. I don't know. But it was very noticeable, Yuri. It was very noticeable. I don't want to say he shrunk. He shrunk in that moment, but he I don't know, man. He didn't say
nothing about it, but I could tell you that he was like, okay, watch what I do in the playoffs.
Right. He didn't seem like. Let me say this. He seemed like the odd guy out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. LV, I gotta hop up, but I'll be right back on because I have all my pops.
Oh, hey, no problem, Yuri. Thanks for coming on, man. All right. Once again, I appreciate everybody coming through, rock with me. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Also, too, there's a link in there for the chat if you guys want to hop on, say what you guys got to say. I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me. Have another caller here. Okay. Eric Green, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. It's your world.
How you doing, man?
What's going on?
That's good. Hey, listen, man. You know what I felt like when first of all, the All-Star game, that was great. The competition was great. I felt with Brunson, it was like, all the old heads that got rings and everything was saying that, you ain't ready to come to the big boy table. Yeah, you all right, but you know, you got to do a little bit more before you can sit at the table with the big boys, you know. So I felt that's kind of like it, man.
Hey, listen, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, and I felt like he didn't take initiative enough to say no, I belong here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it felt like he kind of took the high road and said, all right, I'll pass to you guys. And I'm like, nah, man, like you're an all-star too, like you belong here too. But it's kind of like he kind of played the background, man, and you know it didn't look right. It didn't look right at all. He looked like he didn't belong there. Like I'll be honest with you, he looked like. You know, because it felt like they were playing 5-on-4. You know what I'm saying? He was kind of
yeah,
missing action. You know what I'm saying? So, but I agree with you though. I do think that was pretty much the sentiment.
yeah. It's like you went to the park by yourself and you playing with some guys you don't know. You know, it's like, so yeah, man. Hey, listen, you know what people were saying was very true about Brunson because I was just very frustrated with him with that Indiana game because he was shooting too much. Bridges was on a heater. You should have been feeding him. When your jump shot is not working, he kept coming up short. Go to the hoop. Go to the hoop, man. But I think, and I, what do you think about this? I really think that the biggest obstacle and opponent that Knicks have to get in the finals is actually the Knicks. I feel if we play locked in, we can beat anybody. You know, I mean, I'm concerned. I was concerned a little bit about because we got boat raced by Detroit twice, and we're going to see what's going to happen Thursday. You know, but I think the playoffs are different because last year Detroit beat us 3 out of 4. Celtics swept us, but the playoffs are different. But we need to be locked in, and also I want the Knicks need to come within the top 3. Probably not going to get the number 1 seed, but you want to be 2 or 3. Okay, preferably a 2. That I mean, at least in the second round, you have you have home court game 7 on your court, but no lower than 3. And that's why when you give away games like to get against Indiana and teams like that, that's not helping you because we just coming to the meat of our schedule right now. We're gonna be playing some tough teams, some road trips. You still got a West Coast trip, so you know we got to knock down those wins, man. It's keeping that top 3. You know, I mean, how you feel about it?
Hey, listen, man, that's well said, man. That's well said. That's a great breakdown by you, Eric Green. I appreciate you saying that, man, because you're absolutely right. We are the biggest obstacle for ourselves, man. I mean, that's just this. I don't think Detroit's better than us. I don't think so. I think they play harder than we do. I think that
Yeah,
I thought that what happened in Indiana was insane. What happened? That should never happen, right? So, to your point, I totally agree with you, man. I mean, I think that we are our worst enemy because we top to bottom, we're the best team in the East. That's just the truth. We're if you look at our lineup, who we have in certain pieces that you have guys that you could trust and guys who are battle tested. And this is going back to Bridges making it into the finals, of course, with the Suns, right? So you think of Brunson, what he did in the playoffs with the Mavs, Cat, what he was doing in the playoffs with the Timberwolves, OG winning the ring with Toronto. So these guys are battle tested, man. So there's no reason we should have trouble with certain teams. We kind of hurt ourselves, man. And so that's a very, very great point. I'm glad you brought that up.
thank you, brother. Appreciate that, man. You know, with orange and blue skies ahead, man. But we just got to get locked in. And man, I like the pickups we got with Sohan, and of course Alvarado. So we got a couple of dogs there. You know, I like Diawara, man. I just like his game, and I just hope he can find some minutes because I think, man, that dude got a future ahead of him. But the time is now. You got to put out your best rotation. And unfortunately, Clarkson's out the rotation. He's definitely out the rotation, man. So, but I just think, man, this team can do it. This team can really, really do it. It can beat anybody if we stay locked in.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. Totally agree. Well said, sir. Well said. Well, great breakdown, man. Great breakdown.
All right, thank you, sir, man. Always nice chopping it up with you, man. You're the best.
I appreciate that, Eric Green. Appreciate you coming through rock with me, man. Thank you so much.
Always, brother.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right, that was Eric Green, man. Appreciate him coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Everybody coming through, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Appreciate everybody coming through once again. There's that link up there, so please come through and subscribe. And also, too, if you want to hop on and talk to LV, please hit that link, man. I'll put the link again in the chat for you guys to come through and rock with me, man. It's been a long time. I haven't spoken to you guys a couple of days, man. You know, Valentine's Day, I had to do stuff with the missus, man. It's crazy, man. You know how this, you know, gotta do the right thing. Gotta do the right thing. So yeah, so you know, LV had to do that. And then, you know, once I got a minute to step away, I can hop on with y'all. Yo, big shouts to my man Knicks Nation, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. If you guys haven't done so, please go subscribe to Knicks Nation. My man Ant over there doing big things, man. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me tonight. So listen, Eric Green made a great point, man. Great point. I thought that was fabulous. Well said. I haven't heard anybody else say that, but I feel like we are our worst enemy. We are. If everything comes together and we play the way we should anybody beat the Knicks in the East? No. No. Should anybody beat the Knicks? No. Top to bottom, our lineup, no one should be able to touch us. Now, of course, that's with Deuce being back, OG being back. We're fully loaded, of course, but we should not lose in a playoff series. Now, I'm not saying we sweep everybody. No. I think we can go 6. I think we can go 7 games, whatever, but I think the Knicks should come out on top. Even if the Celtics bring back Tatum, I'm going to say that again. Even if they bring back Tatum, we beat the Celtics. I'm sorry, they're not better than the Knicks. They're not. We proved it last year when they had everybody, and they still couldn't beat the Knicks. So I think that we are our worst enemy. But I think that 9-12 thing, big shout out to my man Kev, man. He keeps on talking about the coach. I think that defensive situation that the Knicks were doing, whatever defensive scheme they were running, which was insane. You push the guy to the middle of the court, not to the baseline like that. Once they switched that up defensively, you saw a different team. You saw a different team defensively. And I think that played a major role with this team turning things around. Because losing 9-11, man, that was insane. And defensively, they looked disgusting. They looked disgusting defensively. And so them making that switch changed things up for those guys, and then we started winning games and looking back to how we always look because they made that one little tweak defensively that changed the whole dynamic of this team, man, which I thought was awesome. This Grover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, man. Hope all is well with you. Everybody coming through, please hit that like button for me. Please do so. Okay, let me see here. Big Taz. LV, I remember when you said that the Pistons will get bumped off in the first round of the playoffs. I think they could, man. The playoffs are different, Big Taz. I like the Pistons, but I wouldn't be surprised. Let's say, Big Taz. Let's just say, I'm throwing it out there. Let's say they play somebody like the Hornets. The Hornets are playing really, really good basketball, Big Taz. And the Hornets got better scoring than the Pistons do. LaMelo can light it up. Brandon Miller can light it up. Now with Nipple, he's like on fire. He can shoot the pill, man. He can do it all. They got Miles Bridges. Offensively, they're dangerous, man. They could put up some points. So that's a tricky spot for the Pistons, especially if, you're going into it and you're kind of looked as the favorite. Can they handle that? So what I'm saying is that I'm not saying they will have, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got knocked off in the first round. I just wouldn't, because offensively they don't have it. They just don't. I think Duran's a good piece. I think, of course, Beef Stew, right? Do you trust Tobias Harris? No. Like, the only weapon over there they got offensively is Cade. Outside of that, you trust Duncan Robinson? I think, do you trust him? Kevin Huerter they just got? I was more afraid of Tim Hardaway than those guys. Right? So I'm just saying, the playoffs are different, man. The playoffs are different, and the intensity is different. And so if you can't get a bucket, like that's the key. If you can't get a bucket when the defense locks in and the refs are swallowing their whistle, and you got the other team's got offensive weapons, and you can't, you're struggling to score, that really is what knocks teams off. So that's my thing here with them. I'm not saying they'll lose. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know, man. Something about that. And Charlotte is sneaky good. Sneaky good. This Rover said, it's a shame Kyle Anderson hasn't actually been brought out yet, man. Local kid 6'8", right? Can score on his own. Yeah, slow-mo is what they call him, Disc Rover. Plus, essentially, so that would do gangbusters at NYC. It's the New Year's too. Look at that. Look at that, Disc Rover. Always dropping heat. I like slow-mo, man. You know, he from Jersey City, I think. He played at St. Anthony's. Slow-mo's nice, man. He's a good ball player. Real good. Real good. I saw him play a couple times in some tournaments. He's good. He's good. His game is weird. Like his game is awkward. Like he shoots weird. Like he's slow mo, man. It's like weird. Like his game is in slow motion, but he makes it work, man. He makes it work. But this girl, the problem with him is I don't know. He's okay defensively. We needed a defensive dog over here. We do at 6'8", because you want to replicate this girl what OG does, right? So if you put OG on the bench, you could bring Sochan off the bench. You lose the scoring, but you just, you're getting after it defensively, and then maybe you throw somebody out there offensively that can help him with that, like a Bridges, like maybe a DOR. I mean, I don't know, but have maybe Sochan out there with Cat, right, to take away so you don't have to worry about him, and then you can get him on back cuts. He's a great rebounder. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. He's a really good player. Really good player. So, yeah. Okay, Vaughn Allen says, you ever seen a team not win a playoff series and next season go to Vaughn, that's what I'm saying, Vaughn. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't trust them like that, Vaughn. And Vaughn, my thing with them is the scoring, Vaughn. The scoring with them. You know what I'm saying? But Kev, I'm on mute, Kev. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? Everybody hit the thumbs up. Kev said I'm on mute. Kev said I'm on mute. Can everybody hear me? Please hit the thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat. Okay, so everybody's good. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. I'm good. All right, let me get some people up in here. All right, appreciate everybody coming through rock. Killer B, man, I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Killer B. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew, man. Okay, let me get some people up in here. All right, Harlem all day. What's going on, Tim? What's shaking, man?
Yo, LV, what's good, King? What's going on, family? HBO all day. You know what's up.
long time no see, man. It's your
Yeah,
world.
you already know, man. Where I start, man? Let me start with the Brunson and Ant-Man situation, because I think you started out like that. If it was me, I'd have been on that type of time too. You feel me? Like, you know how it go. Like if we was playing in the street tournament or something like that, and if my man was playing in gauchos and I'm playing at Riverside, you know what I'm saying? you know what I mean? I'd have been like, yo, what's up? Like my man getting beat down. Like y'all ain't toughening up and standing up for him, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that was a good look for Brunson, man. You know what I mean? Him being our captain, right? We expect so much from our captain. I think he need to toughen up. We talk about Cat need to toughen up. No, I think he need to toughen up. You know what I'm saying? Alvarado just came to the squad and he getting in people's face like, yo, he ain't having that here. It's New York. You heard? And he from New York. And he from Brooklyn. So I understand that mentality. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like, what are you doing? Like, you are captain. You got to lead by example. You got to lead the ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You're supposed to be the general, like we in the army, so you're supposed to be the general and to lead the troops. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? We trying to get the championship, right? So if one of our mans, if teams is like toughening up on us, like you need to step in. Like, yo, what's up? Nah, we all in this together. You know what I mean? So if they see him on that type of time, everybody gonna fall in place. By him not doing it, it's like everybody just standing around looking like it is what it is. Like let Cat defend for itself. I don't think that's right. And I think that's because of Josh Hart. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
Straight
think
up. That's what
I think Tim, what happens is that's why Leon made the move, man. Brought them dudes up in here, right? You
Mhm.
want from him and Sochan because he sees the characters. I made a joke on my show not too long ago. I heard this other guy. He said the Knicks got too many dudes on their team that I would let date my sister. You know what I'm saying? They got too many dudes on the team like that.
Right.
So you're gonna have to get somebody in here with a couple of some attitude. Because listen, the reality is that Brunson's not just not that guy. Tim, he ain't. Come on, man. He's from South Jersey. He not
Yeah.
no disrespect anybody from South Jersey, but he from the suburbs. Like it's different, man. It's different.
Right.
It's just how he's layered as a person. He's not gonna step to Draymond for doing what he did to Cat. He's not gonna do that. Where a guy like DiVincenzo would do that. A guy like iHeart would do that. So it's just how your makeup is. You know what I'm saying? So Leon can see that. He sees the temperament of this team, and that's why he brought in Alvarado. There's a reason why. He could have got anybody else, but he brought that kid in. Why do you think they signed Sochan? He's sending a message to these guys in that locker room, and I think to your point, it starts with the captain. He sees where he's limited at. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact, right? And that's what Leon being the head, right? He's like, yo, look, I already know what it takes to win. I already see the format of building a championship, right? This is New York City, right? We're a blue collar city, so we need that toughness. We need that grittiness, you know what I'm saying, to represent the city. You know what I'm saying? Throw the construction on, you know what I mean? And get it stomping. You know what I mean? Who we stomping out tonight? You feel me? Who getting his stomp out tonight? So at the end of the day, it's like Brunson, he just gotta just trust the process, you know what I mean? Being more of a team play. If you're gonna lead by example, man, and just stand up for your guys, man. That's what we want from our captain. Be a stand-up guy. Stand up. You know, it's gonna get ugly the second half. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can, this team that we got, I think it could do something special, man. And I just hope Mike Brown, it start with him being the head coach. His philosophy and his game plan gotta be on point if you're trying to give us that parade to be at, you know what I'm saying? So we banking on him and his game plan to take us over the hump, you know what I mean? Get us where we need to go. So, you know, I'm excited to see what this second half is looking like, man. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just wanted to just jump on and just share that with you, man. It's been a minute since I came on here and chopped it up with you. I appreciate it. If y'all haven't subscribe to this channel, please do so, man. Of course, you nothing, hit that like button, subscribe. Now I'm gonna hit the notification bell, show you when my man LV's coming on. Definitely one of the realest content creators in this YouTube game right now. So please, it costs you nothing to do so. LV, man, I'll holler at you, King. I appreciate you, everything what you're doing. You know what I mean? You know, I'm always continue to show you love, man.
I appreciate that, Tim. Harlem all day, man. I appreciate you, brother.
You already know. Peace, King.
All right, peace. All right, that's my man Tim, man. Everybody do so, man. He comes through all the time. He's one of my day ones too, man. He's been here rocking with me for a minute. If you guys didn't know, you're shouting out Gauchos in Riverside, right? If you guys don't know, man. That was the rumble in the city. 2 AAU teams. You know what I'm saying? That was the rumble in this city. If you don't know, you know. That's how it is. Tim brought back some memories, man. Tim, I gotta say this though, Tim. You know where he probably would have met up with him at? He probably would have met up with him at Baby Rucker on 45th in a tournament over there and said, yo, my man, I saw you. Yo, my man, stop. I heard you was wilding out there of a tournament. Don't be. He probably oh man, that's funny. Big shouts to my man Tim, man. Appreciate everybody coming through rock with me, man. Please, if you haven't done so, please hit that like button. AP, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Long time no see. AP 1586. If you haven't done so, man, everyone, please come through, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. Okay. All right, Yuri, it's your world, man.
Sorry about that, LV. But yeah, no, as I was saying before, you know, the whole Jaylen Brown icing out Brunson, I agree with you. There's levels to it, right? Not thinking about it. There is levels to this. But at the same time, though, this is the All-Star game. You got to get others involved. I get it. It's a pecking order, top to bottom. But come on, you're putting the fans on the show. Put on a show. Get other people involved.
Yuri, let me give you a little insight, Yuri, because you're seeing a lot of good stuff. But here's where I got to stop you here, Yuri. This is the perfect opportunity, Yuri. When you're in them locker rooms, I played in the All-Star game before, Yuri.
Right.
And when you're in them locker rooms, right, you're always like pandering to see who's the man. Do you understand? Like it's a weird place to be in, Yuri, because everybody there is the man on their team. Right? So when you're in there, it's kind of like it's like you're in there with a bunch of sharks. You got to fend for yourself, Yuri. That's what happens. And so they want to see, do you live up to all the clout that you get and the juice that you get? They want to date. That's what they do. So that's why I say he should have kind of been more aggressive in getting the ball and say, "Nah, I'm gonna take over," because they're not going to give him. They're not going to do that to him, Yuri, because they don't. You know, it's too many egos in that room. Too many alpha guys. It's too many.
Makes you excited that we have no egos on our team, huh?
Right. So Yuri, so when you're in there, especially an all-star game, it's the best of the best. So you're dealing with AA plus personalities, and that's why I talked about earlier, Yuri. It's the pecking order. So you find out where you're at and who you are and who you rank. I'm gonna give you a perfect example of what I mean, Yuri.
Go ahead.
Do you remember what happened at Olympics to Jason Tatum?
Oh, how could I ever forget that?
Now, focus with me here, Yuri. Why do you think that happened?
I think Tyrese even spoke on it too.
No, right. You think that happened because he's not a good player? No. He's a good player, but he's not better than LeBron. He's not better than Kevin Durant. He's not better than Steph Curry. He's not better than Ant-Man. He's not better than Joe. That's why I say Joker. He's not better than all those other guys, man. He's just not.
And what happens?
He's not better than Devin Booker. He's just not.
And what happens in the playoffs when he goes up against us? Mikal Bridges blocks gets steal from Jaylen Brown. Then he blocks friggin'
So what happens in those spaces, Yuri? I'm just gonna say this and I'll let you cook, Yuri. What happens in those spaces is you get brought back down to reality. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Yuri. You realize quick that I'm not as good as I thought I was. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm all this, I'm all that. But when you get in a room with a bunch of real wolves, like real sharks, you realize I'm not really where, and you get exposed quick. And then you realize, dag, I can't even get on the court. I can't even play. Because then you look on the court, you say, okay, well, who are you going to play over? You're going to play over LeBron? That's not happening. You're going to play over KD? That's not happening. You're going to play over Ant-Man? That's not happening. So where are we going to play you at? And if Kawhi didn't leave the Olympics, was you playing over Kawhi? You weren't. So where do you rank? And that bruised his ego, Yuri, because he realized I'm not where I think I am. And that is the same thing with Brunson this weekend. Now go.
Damn, LV. So you really think Brunson's saying, damn, I'm really not all that? That's a good possibility, bro. I
don't think. Okay, Leo, I'm gonna go back. I don't think he's saying that. You ready? His peers are telling him that.
Wow.
His peers are telling him that by not passing him the rock. Anybody in the chat, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm getting at. His peers are telling him that, Yuri, unspokenly, by not passing him the ball. And that tells you everything that you need to know. It's unspoken, Yuri. It's unspoken. And what happened to Tatum was unspoken, but he understood it. But it spoke loudly to him. Does that make sense?
And if I'm Brunson, I'm understanding the whole situation too. We bashed Brunson for ball hogging, right? But I think if I'm Brunson, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna prove to y'all in the playoffs why I'm that dog. And LV playoffs, different atmosphere, different game. You said it before. You know what I mean? We've seen the Knicks have the highest of highs this season. We've also seen them go through the lowest of lows. I wouldn't be surprised come playoff time, this Knicks team's ready to go. Mm-hmm. So I'm really interested in the second half of the season on how they adjust to the offense, how they adjust on the defense, how they adjust in general for the second half of the season. LV, we bashed Mike Brown enough on this channel as it is, and the bashing is deserved, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Brown's reviewing the film saying, okay, I need to do this instead of doing this. I need to do that instead of doing that. Mike Brown teams, for what they're known for, they're like Tom Thibodeau teams. They go off in the second half of the season compared to first half. So what say you?
Now, listen, man, look, I think it was learning on the job fast for Mike Brown. He's learning as he's going, right? This is a totally different team. And the hardest part about this with Mike Brown is that this is not the Charlotte Hornets. This is a ready win now situation. So it's kind of like if he doesn't get us to the finals, it's a no-win situation for him. So that's not me saying that. That's what the owner said. Right? So he came into the situation understanding what the expectations was. So he had to learn this team. He had to make certain changes, like they talked about, Yuri. You remember they were doing bad defensive schemes. They had to fix that, and now they started playing better as a team. So he's learning on the job. He's learning as he goes, but he's got to hurry up and learn fast, Yuri. We got 27 games, and the playoffs are right around the corner, and that is where he's going to be
He's
judged.
going to be judged the most. Forget about the
Exactly.
regular season.
Exactly.
He's going to be judged in the playoffs.
Exactly.
I even said this too, and Karan even said it on his channel. Mike Brown's going to be judged in the playoffs, not the regular season. And LV, I give Mike Brown a B in general for this. I think B's being fair. I was going to say B plus, but then I think about the bad losses he had. I think about the Detroit losses. I think about the Pacer loss recently. And overall, I think about that January stretch. So I have to say B. I would like to give him a B plus, but B for me.
I agree, Yuri. I agree. You're right on with that, man. I totally agree. He gets a B for me also.
And I think the reason why he also gets a B for me was he was struggling to find Cat on the consistency aspect of it. So, and it wasn't until recently that he let Cat be Cat last game with the Philly. So I'm interested to see how that plays out in the second half. Will he let Cat be Cat again? And I'm interested to see how he adjusts with OG being out. Probably for a long period of time, LV. I don't know what's OG's update currently.
I mean, they said it's day to day, but I mean, are they going to really rush him back? No, because they just got Sochan, right? So now they have this gives them a little bit more time to kind of rest up, maybe for another week or so or two, if that. But they said it's day to day, so I don't. It's not a due situation. You know what I'm saying?
Thank God.
Right.
Because if it was a due situation, I say kiss our playoff hopes goodbye. We need OG.
Right. Yeah, we need OG. Like
right on rice.
You got that right.
And also to end off my point, and I'll hop off. This Knicks team, from what I've seen, right? LV, the narrative was, oh, they're too soft. Oh, they don't stick up for one another. Now you got two dogs. You already saw Jose starting it. Now you got Sochan. Oh boy, if those two are on the court together, sheesh, that's gonna light a fire under this Knicks team. It's gonna be contagious, LV. There's one thing I'm gonna call right now. This is gonna be contagious. It's gonna be contagious. And I'm going to predict what the Knicks' record it's going to be. They're going to win 50 games, and they're going to have probably 32 losses.
Yeah, 50 and 32. Okay.
What do you think?
I give them about 53 wins. I think they're around there.
At least?
Yeah, I think they're about 53. So what is that, 53 and what, 29? So I give them that. I give them that. I think we can do it like that. So I think 53 wins. I think about the same, because that was about the same as last year, right? 53 wins last year. So I think we're right there.
And like I said, Mike Brown teams are known for going off in the second half. So if I'm being correct, I would like to say above 50 games this time.
Okay. I'm gonna pull up the schedule in a minute to kind of give a good breakdown. So yeah.
Yeah, LV, always appreciate you having me.
Oh, I appreciate you, Yuri, man. Listen, I'll be back Thursday, man. So please make sure you hop on there. All right, Yuri? All right, my guy. All right, man. That's Yuri, man. Let's see people coming. Latoria B. Is that how you pronounce your name? I don't want to destroy it. Latoria B. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, Latoria. But this is what I do after every single Knicks game. Me and my crew, we come over here and chop it up. So please, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon, right, to get all notifications on all my shows. All right, man. So listen, Yuri broke it down pretty good, man. He said 50 wins. 50 wins. What say you guys? I'm gonna pull up a schedule here really quickly for you guys. Let me see here. 50 wins. I think they go 53. I think kind of similar to what they were last year. Maybe 50, anywhere between 50 to 53. So let's take a look here and bring this up for you guys, because it's going to, listen, to be super honest with you guys, it's going to be a really, really tough schedule. We start off hot. we jump out of the womb hot, excuse me. That's correct. Okay, I just want to make sure I was pronouncing it correctly. So please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. Truly appreciate it. All right, so let me pull up the schedule here, guys, so we can kind of go over and go break this down. It's going to be a tough one, guys. It's going to be real, especially with OG out, Deuce being out. Here's the schedule. Make sure I got it lined up correctly. Okay, cool. AP says you don't mean nah. AP, I don't know. AP. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. AP. All right, cool. All right, so here's the schedule here. So, all right, so you see, we start off hot, coming out the door smoking. Detroit right here. Of course, they're going to be down Duran and Stewart. So we should definitely be able to smoke them out, get them out of here. And that's the last time we played Detroit this year. I think we only played them 3 times, if I'm correct. Let me make sure I got that correct. Yes, we do. This will be the last time we play Detroit. So let's kind of end this off with a good victory. So now, right after that, we got the Rockets Saturday, right? So now we're going to be hitting a lot of primetime games, as you see, coming up. So we got the Rockets Saturday. So we got 2 top teams, 2 playoffs teams, top 4 teams in each league. Detroit being number 1. I think the Rockets are maybe number 4 in the West. I'm not sure, but something like that. Top 5 teams right off the back, right? Then we go to Chicago. They stink, right? But so what? Still always tough playing up there in the Windy City. Then on that Midwest trip, we got Cleveland with the addition of James Harden. He's going to be there. Everybody's going to be ready to go. Listen, what do they call him? They call him the Cavs Corner, the land, as they call him out there. They're going to be licking their chops to get the Knicks, right? Because we done smacked them around a couple of times, right? So they're going to be ready to go, especially with the addition of James Harden. We got to see what they look like with him, which I think should be exciting. Hopefully we have OG back during that time, but I'm not sure. That's going to be next Tuesday, right? Then we go to Milwaukee. They just picked up Cam Thomas, but they still stink. We don't know if Giannis will be back. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So right there, those 2-3 games are tricky. I think we beat Chicago, but Cleveland's going to be tricky. They're playing at home. They're going to want us because we smacked around 2 times. So we got to see. Milwaukee, I think that's a win. So, okay, let's talk about that's that right there. Then we got San Antonio at home. That Sunday, 1 o'clock game on ABC, big-time game. They're going to be ready to go. We've been playing well against them. We beat them in the Cup. Then we lost to them at San Antonio, so we got them again. Both games, I felt the Knicks should have won. The one in San Antonio, I thought they should have won. They let that slip away. But hopefully we can pretty much get our revenge against them. The Spurs are tough. Wemby is Wemby. We know what he is, right? Then a tricky game right here is at Toronto. Toronto, we had the best of them, but still, they're a really good team. They're a really good team. They're still a playoff team. We cannot take them lightly. So we go up there. RJ is going to be up there, of course, quickly. And, of course, what's my boy's name? I forget his name, man. It slipped my name. I apologize, man. Bonds, right? Is it Bonds? I think that's his name. Sorry. Okay, so we got Toronto. Then right after that, we got OKC coming to the Garden. Shea might be back. I'm not sure. Remember, he's out with an injury. That's 2 weeks away from Wednesday. So that's going to be a tough one, right? So that's going to be a good gauge. That's going to be a good gauge to kind of see exactly what we are. OKC smacked us around last year, except for that first game. I thought the Knicks played really well in that first game. But this is a good litmus test, right, to see exactly where we are. Then right after that, guys, we go into that West Coast trip. This is nasty here. This is where it can get crazy. We got to be prepared because all these teams are good. So we got Denver, right? They played us tough, double overtime. And I think it's funny. I was going to say the Joker will be back. He played against us. So they're going to be back. I think Aaron Gordon will probably be back for this game. So we got to kind of be mindful of that. They're a different team with him in the lineup. So then you got the Lakers again, right? We beat them, but they pretty much still good, right? You got the Clippers. They're a different team, but they still got Kawhi over there. They've been winning games without James Harden. So you have that. And at Utah. Utah stinks, but I don't know what it is, but they're always sneaky good at home. So this West Coast trip is dangerous. We got to be careful. And be careful with Utah. They always play well at home. They just got in trouble for tanking. I think the league fined them like $500K. But still, I don't know why, man. They're always good at home. So we got to watch out for this. Then we go to Indiana, right? So once again, I don't know what it is with the Pacers and us, but we should be smoking these dudes out the gym. We should not have a problem with them. We should win this game going away with no problem, right? We basically see the Pacers right here, 2 out of the next 3 games. We've seen them at Indiana, and we got Golden State in the Garden, right? That should be another game I think we should definitely win. They beat us last time just because of us. We weren't playing well at that time, and that's when, Draymond grabbed Cat's ankle. So I think that's a win we should definitely get in the Garden. And then we got the Pacers again in the Garden. Let's knock them off. But these games right here should be easy games right here. We got the Pacers, Brooklyn, Washington, New Orleans. We should run up wins right here. Now, this is where it gets tricky here because, like I said, Charlotte's been playing really well. So we go to Charlotte, which is dangerous, at OKC, at Houston, and at Memphis. This little stretch right here can get tricky because of how well Charlotte's playing, right? So we know OKC is going to be tough at OKC. Houston's going to be tough at Houston. And Memphis is still Memphis. I think we smack them around, but still, you never know, right? Knicks might be tired after these next 3 games because they're going to be playing against tough opponents, right? So now after that, we end it off with Chicago. Then we go to Atlanta, but we end off last 3 games. This could be a battle for the number 2 or number 3 seed against Boston, right here, right? So we got them right here, right here at the end of the year. Then we got Toronto home, and we got Charlotte. So all three of these teams are playoff teams, or in Charlotte fighting for a playoff spot. So we can't take these last three games lightly. We just can't. You got to be locked in here with these 3 games. You cannot take these teams lightly, especially Boston. And then during this time, you never know. There's rumors out there about Tatum coming back. I don't think Tatum should come back, but if they do throw him out there in the fire, I think he's going to be playing this game. I think he's going to be playing and going to kind of try to see exactly where he's at, if he can give a good push for this team going into the playoffs. But this might be the battle right here for number 2 and number 3 seed in the East, right here against Boston. And that's the last time we played them, because the last time we played them, we smacked them around. We got them back at the Garden. This might decide everything for that 2nd or 3rd seed. Then we got Toronto, still going to be tough. And then Charlotte, I think, might be fighting for their playoff lives, trying to have that playing game, depending on how well they play. So these next 3 games aren't going to be easy ones. So we got to kind of be ready for that. Okay. AP says now we're going to find out what we are. Listen, agreed, man. Agreed. It's going to be very interesting to see, man. It's going to be very, very interesting to see. I think, listen, look, this is what we want, right? This is what we want. I think this team is ready to go. I think we're that good, right? But now's the time to prove it. Right? So let's kind of lock in and get these wins, man. So I think let's get ready. We got the game Thursday. I will be going live then. So please come through and check it out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button, people, right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through rocking with me, right, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please hit that bell icon, right, to get all notifications on all my shows. And if you come by my show, you're watching on the replay gang, and you leave comments, please write the comments, right? Send it, because I do respond to the comments. So leave comments, please. I do respond to them. All right? But listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. I will be going live after the Pistons game, so please come through and check it out. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.